Welcome to the BRTMX podcast, talking all things dirt bike in Australia and around the world. Now tonight's host, Chris Butler, Chris Mills, and Jack Dwyer.
We are back with another episode of the BRTMX podcast. I am joined tonight by the usual crew, the guy that gives up racing for a romantic weekend away with his wife. It is the love machine, Chris Mills. How are we, mate?
Bloody awesome, mate. All loved up, freshed out, ready to go.
Keep the wife happy for the weekend?
Probably not.
Oh. Also joined tonight, as usual, the guy that spends more time on the ground and cannot seem to stay on his dirt bike, Jackie D. Dwyer. How are you, man?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. Better now that Mundubbera's over and I'm home. How'd you go? How'd you recover?
Yes, I was sore, eh? Like, fuck, then there was some long motos, man, and the heat was there. Fuck, it was hot.
It was getting up there. Boys, bit of a surprise tonight. I've called in some big guns. We were running low on a bit of talent on this show, so I've called in a special guest with us tonight. He's not only the voice of Central Queensland, but now the voice of Queensland and the Queensland titles. He is commentator Kevin Smith. How are we, mate?
Very well, boys. How are we all?
Bloody good, well. Kevy. Good to see you, mate.
Good to see you.
Another episode to get under the belt, mate, and glad you could join us. So,
mate, it was a busy weekend, so yeah, obviously we should be able to unpack a lot of that, and probably have a little bit from the inside view from you pair of riders that enjoyed it on the weekend, because I was a little bit envious.
What I did see you up there on your platform, mate. You're a long way up, and I seen that ladder to get up there. It was nasty.
Looked like it
didn't come down much.
It was fully certified and approved, but I'm not sure where else you could have had.
What farmer?
Yes, anyone with a Weldon ticket, no worries at all. No, it was a good spot. It kept me on my toes, but you just needed that elevation to get around to see all of the track and everything that was going on, because it was very busy. It was busy.
It's not terrible viewing from the inside where you were either, like on the ground level. It's not a bad view from there either. So,
100%, and it was good to see a lot of the families and obviously some of the kids in there. And now that we've got electric bikes, the lazy little shits, but all popping in and over there and checking it out and darting away and doing things. But even like some of the names that are inside, I'm sure you saw Glenn Bell there, and you had Metcalf as well. Like some of those prestigious boys that have been there and done it all, and obviously they've seen it from a different level now. Obviously coaching the some of the younger generations and things like that. So it was good to see those faces. Obviously, brilliant to see the talent that we had out on the track as well. So.
Yeah. Kevin, do you have a favourite race, like a favourite class that you like to commentate? Or it doesn't matter, just depends on the racing on the day? Or
not your fucking class, I can tell you that much.
That's actually when I went down the ladder and had a quick slip. No, actually I couldn't. For the weekend, like for 2 days, obviously juniors and a little bit of the seniors in the way of the veterans and things like that on the Saturday, and then the racing on the Sunday. It's a pretty busy lineup, and the field's pretty good. Juniors are interesting because obviously it's a little bit of a can of worms most times, because obviously there's some duo of riders, 65s, 85 double duties, and then obviously you look at some of the junior riders that step into the junior lights as well. So you kind of see that blend. But what I found really good was the lap times that was going on. Like there was some really fast riders in that junior light. So some of those top 10 junior lights and mini lights were just on the same pace as most of the field of any of the senior classes. It was pretty impressive. And you get different tracks, and Mundubbera is probably particularly one of those where it was not something that was, it's not a 50 track, it's not an 85 track, it's not a 250 track, it's not a 450 track. It really levels the skill level. So obviously anyone who's doing it seems to be able to get into a really good rhythm and execute the corners. You know, they're just their bike technique and the throw the hat in the ring kind of attitude just gets it done. So yeah, so the answer to the question is as much as I love racing, that's just me in a kind of in a nutshell kind of thing. But right across the board from the senior 450s, there's always something entertaining, and obviously I try and commentate that. But the race for 10th place for me is just as interesting as what's going on in the battle for the first place. So right through it, I don't think there was a dull, like there wasn't one that switched off all weekend.
Yeah, right. Is there and you obviously keep an eye on certain riders, yeah? Like you would people from home or like apart from us three, we know you keep an eye on us and like to commentate us, but
mate, I pause every time you come through. It's the 184, and I go, nah, nothing for him. He's doing nothing. He's doing nothing. Having a nap.
Can't even talk about
819. Nah, him giving up already. Slacking it.
He's shit. He's getting lapped
Millsy,
again.
Where's Millsy? Is he in the van? Yeah. Is he unpacking his motor? Has he got his pantyhose on? I don't know.
But it doesn't show up for the weekend.
No, like the interesting one is obviously and obviously when it comes to the end of the series, and there's always that conversation about most improved and things like that. And I usually my brain gathers from each of the rounds and where we start, but I always usually inject it from where a rider finishes the year before, and then like add into the equation the class they were last year to the class they are this year, because obviously going from say like a senior 65 into, like a junior 65 into a senior 65, that transition's tough. Mini lights or senior lights, same transition. Clubman to, like we had obviously on the weekend, I don't know if you picked up on it, there was plenty of, I shouldn't say plenty, but there was a few junior riders have obviously hit that number and gone straight up into the senior ranks. Obviously, they could still ride out their year. The young Isaac Nelson was one of them, I'm pretty sure, started the year in juniors, switch, and he jumps up into the seniors. And wasn't idealistically 100% on his game, but speed, he had it in there to mix.
So with your commentating, do you ever just wish that you're out there racing, or?
Oh, certain tracks. Kilcoy, the first one, didn't really, didn't see me wanting to be on the other side of the fence kind of thing. But Mundubra, I've got a lot of memories from Mundubra, and most of the tracks that we visit, I've obviously ridden before, and raced before. I'll probably leave it. I won't say raced. I've ridden before. There we go.
There you go.
So yeah, like absolutely. Mundubra for me was one of those standout tracks that I would probably balance out with, like the likes of Toowoomba, probably Gun Valley. So those iconic tracks that if you're fortunate enough to race it and ride it, you appreciate why it's good. To watch racing out there and see some of the riders that I've raced against for a few times and over the years, I definitely missed it. And it was just one of those things where I would be at the back of the field, probably getting on a bit age. But the actual kind of enticement of the sensories kind of make it feel that I want to be out there on the track. Yes.
Jackie D, how was your weekend, mate? What was the results? What was the story? What do you think of the track?
It's the first time I've ever raced there. I rode there for a practice day 2, maybe 3 years ago. I really enjoy the track. Like, it's a fun track to ride and race. Like Kevy said, Mundubra is one of them tracks where it's not a 250, 450 or a 65, 85 track. Like, it's open to all categories if you're willing to sort of risk it, sort of thing. I can confirm I did not do the step down. I bitched it on that one. That was not for me. I got work Monday, so
yeah, I didn't do it either.
But yeah.
I heard you gave Chriso your tuck front button though.
Oh, don't worry, I still got it on my bike too.
Oh, you still got it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Sexton hasn't patented that? Like, it's not just his alone? Okay, fair enough.
Nah.
It's shared around.
He's shared it around with me. That's for sure. But no, it was good. Fitness isn't there. I think, like, my crashes came later in the motos, so I was just more or less not fit enough and not really being alert to what's going on and that sort of stuff, I guess. Like, getting fatigued and that sort of side of things and just making errors. So it's my own fault. So can't really say too much, but yeah.
How did you find the track develop through the day for you?
It was good. It was rough though.
Very loved it.
Start straight rough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, literally, man, we went out for practice and it was already chopped out, and I was like, "Whoa, she's going to be a big day." Like I expected like some of the uphills and downhills in that natural terrain section to be like a bit rough, like thinking, oh yeah, like they'll be sort of chopped up a little bit still. Like you can't really prep that sort of stuff overnight too quickly. Like that stuff takes time, which I was like expecting them to be a little bit rough, but they were good. But yeah, got onto that start straight and she was whooped out pretty much for our practice, and we were the third ones out. So it was, yeah, the track got rough really quick, but yeah.
It got even on the Saturday, because I'm lucky enough I get a smooth track in the morning on the Saturday, and then I go by the end of the day it starts to chop out, and then they do that little bit of prep, like they can't fully rip the track, Saturday night. So it looked like they just put the harrows, the rotary hoe or the power harrows through it, and those bumps come back quick. On the Sunday, it looked like it's up that start straight, looked nasty.
But it wasn't actually too bad.
Must have had a good prep though, because even like all the photos on social media, the ruts through the corners on the top of the hills are pretty deep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
They weren't ripped either.
They just filled them because to prep that track, they do it with the dozer. So anything on the top of the hill, it's just a bobcat. So they're basically filling over and trying to pack it with their wheel tracks. That's all they can do. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. But you touch that dirt on that main straight, and you just go, "Oh, how good's this dirt?" Like it's just, like Kilcoy, you kind of like just go, "Oh, I could grow anything in this. It's potatoes, peanuts. Let's go." It's just so nice. So,
Corn,
or Jackie D's head, one of the two.
Yeah.
First lap under, not misinterpreted, but I came into like that first uphill with way too much speed under that yellow flag. I fucking launched the top of that hill, onto the yellow flag. I was like, oh shit.
Is that after the step down? That's after the step down, right? And then you hit that hill. Oh yeah, I sent that to the moon too. That was a stitch up that hill. Yeah. It's
and
like no good.
I literally landed on like just about at the I landed like in the corner, man, and I was like, holy. I was like, gonna back her off on the race on the next lap, But like I'd get lost, like with practice, like I'd get lost. By race one I was like good with it, but then like practice I'd find myself like getting lost on like the natural terrains coming up the hills and stuff, like trying to remember like what one's what sort of thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it was hard to navigate.
Yeah,
that's my memory of it as well. Especially like just that throttle point and that just the braking point. It was just like maybe a little bit more. Oh, no, maybe a little bit less. Oh, there's another rider there. What am I doing now?
Yeah, it was the uphills, right? Like you could go so deep in on the uphills, and the bike would pull up quick, so you could actually gas it a lot further than what you think you can. And then the first lap or first 2 or 3 laps, I'd go up, back it off, and then you'd get back on the gas again as you're sort of going up the hill. So till you learned how deep you could go, it was definitely hard to navigate that track. I don't think I even got it sorted till the last moto, so just getting your head around it, I guess. So
comparison to how do you feel it goes against like the hilly tracks like Toowoomba? Like same kind of memories up in Matterhorn and down Matterhorn and things like that. Always just thinking of that throttle position and body, like braking points. And
Matterhorn's not as bad, right? Because like I don't know, like I find Matterhorn all right. Like it's not as difficult to sort of navigate.
Probably ridden there a few more times too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because I think you've got the jump that goes back down the hill at Toowoomba. At Mundubbera, you sort of go up those hills. They're sort of blind.
Straight back in the next.
Yeah, and you're literally turning as at the peak of the hill. So yeah, it's just one of those things, right? That you sort of. When I was there, I would be like, right, the first uphill, you could sort of jump a little bit into the inside line. The rest of them were as soon as you get to the peak, you turn sharp, you cut to the inside, and there's always a rut there to sort of catch you. And you just had to trust that it was there every time. And it was just building that trust with the track, I think. So it took
you guys being seasoned professionals, did you actually take a minute to go and talk to Vossi and just say, hey, mate, 2 parts of the track that I just want to discuss with you. One is the blind tabletop, which is like a wall, and you come up to it and you go, just a little bit more throttle, because it was so many of them. You see them over jump it, and it was bone shattering, like literally dead stop in the middle of it, and try and get going up that top of that next corner, and that top of that next one at Flake Point 8, I think it was, that right hand turn cooked everyone. You either come jumping out of it and went out to the outside and lost all your position, or you kind of like shut it off just a little bit too early, and then you're trying to paddle your foot up to get it up and go around that top corner. It was, pardon me, just those two particular parts. But obviously, step down, we'll leave that alone.
Yeah, that's a beast of its own, that one.
Even the seasoned veterans were leaving it alone. So the veterans that have done that and been there and done it all, a couple of junior-eyes, young Lockie Allen pulled it on a couple of times, and it was impressive.
Is it young Harvey done it?
Yeah, Harvey did it only a couple of times as well. There was no real rider, not even in the senior ranks, that nailed it every time.
If it makes you feel better, Kevy, I did have a brief chat with Vossi, but it had nothing to do with track prep, apparently.
Oh, he was probably a little bit angry, was he? He was like, did you try and settle him down after his little incident?
Anymore.
So,
I got told, word along the grapevine, you're a fucking piece of shit butler because you took...
Oh, okay, so not the friendliest number in the world. That yeah, right. 184. I'm looking for him. Right.
Yeah.
No worries, Mr. Voss. I think he's over there.
Yeah, that was the word. That was the word on the street Saturday night. Vossi was going to. Vossi was after me. So I was a man, and I hit him up Sunday, and I believe it was Jeremy Pickering starting rumours around the pits, and Vossi and I were sweet.
No, not Picco. Come on.
Vossi said he got taken out. He said he looked up and he seen the 184. He said, I knew it was the battle I was in. He said it wasn't me, it was somebody else, thank God, because he is the last person I want hunting me down. So
yeah.
I'm going to offer him some cash to take you out at every round.
I thought the money was already deal was done, Millsy. I thought you would have landed it straight up in there. Like, yeah.
That was before Mundubra. That was all before Mundubra. That's why he was fucking dirty and took himself out.
Yeah.
Money was on the line.
He said he was leading the moto. He had 12 seconds. He caught up to us. Kevy, if you were commentating, you might have seen. And then he went down. When he went down, apparently, he caught up to I was having a battle with like four of us. He caught up to us, and one of us just jumped into the line he was in, and his front wheel got
that's all
out.
it took. And that was that track. That especially that top corner up there before the finish line. That was treacherous, and like obviously there was a couple on the track just like that. Yeah, you could make ground, or it'd just absolutely wreck all your momentum instantly. So you watched it in just about, I think, any close finish race. That was the key, over that tabletop at 10, and then look for that next line. And some riders earlier were just taking that inside, and it was sweet. And that come to the last part of the race when it was really chopped, they were all making the ground on the outside. So they're coming there a bit more speed and just trying to cover that ground. Gave it that better option back to that right-hand corner to the finish line. So, there was no escaping anyone. There was parts of the track there that just basically you could have been the most technical rider and could have just basically drilled your front and rear tyre into those ruts on the inside and still wouldn't have saved you. They were just too deep and too hard. So, yeah.
I loved it. I just loved the deep ruts, loved the rough track. I loved everything about it. I thought it was just a great weekend. As far as the event goes, I think they put on a pretty good spread. They were dealt with a little bit of a loss of time there on the Saturday and dropped the last round. But other than that, and the last race, on the Sunday, from what I've heard, is the police that way they come in and shut it down just with the medics being busy. So other than that, I think the event was great. It created really good racing. I love watching the junior lights. That's probably my favourite class to watch. Those guys, in that junior light class.
In the mini lights. Big wheel mini lights, man. Fuck, they're on another level. Holy.
Yep.
They are moving.
Yeah, I like.
You're right. Sorry, Chris.
I was just saying, I like in your junior lights when I watch it. I watch it for young Downing. I don't know. I like Cooper. I think I said it in the last podcast too. I just like watching him ride. He's just a big bloke, muscles that bike around, and he finished 4th on the weekend. Like he had a really good race on the weekend. Okay, the top 3 were basically Gorn and Allen and Harvey, and the dude that was 3rd, is it Eisel?
Eisel from 23 on the KTM. He surprised me. I think when I was talking to a couple of guys around the place, I think he's from New South Wales, is he not? Or am I wrong there? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I haven't really seen him around.
But so I think the leveling from Mundubra was exactly what Jackie D started with is there was so many riders that have never ridden there, never raced there. I think a lot of riders, junior riders, came and did a day after, I think it might have been a Crawford coaching day after Kilcoy, rode up here. I think it was one of the boys held a clinic there, and so they got a bit of time. And obviously that's a key difference to the young riders that are developing, and obviously they look at the vested interest of going and taking time to get to these tracks before they have to race them, and they could have got to it at its worst condition kind of thing for a coaching day. It might not have been prepped, or it might not even been wet kind of thing. But the day in the junior lights, I think it held a lot more moisture in the seniors day on Sunday, but on Saturday definitely got a little bit dry and skating in a couple of places in mid corners and exit of corners and things like that. So that rider, that junior, obviously they're probably, I love watching them in practice when they're all excited and they're all doing silly things and all the rest of it. When it comes to race, they seem to be able to find just a little bit more of an engine brake on it and just slow it down just a little bit, because they know consistency, and they probably have that conversation. You get riders that walk the track, and you get guys that walk the track with senior riders, and they just take that experience to another level. They just kind of plan the day. They look to execute what they've got, what they've spoken about, and they kind of like don't deviate. But the races for the junior lights, like Jackie D, like perfect, like they're just on another level. Like the top 10, and like a couple of them didn't shine for me on this weekend, and obviously they were struggling because obviously they've turned up a track and it's all new. Like Durra, I didn't find him hit his marks. Like he's end of last year and this year, he's been like 100 on the Husqvarna. He's been knocking on some really good battles, getting in there. But just a couple of those riders that just couldn't quite get the grease on the wheels. Like Searle at Kilcoy, I was like watching him, and he was on rails. And it was like they were just struggling either with starts in the first top section of the track before they got in the middle. And they just couldn't quite get that way through quick enough to deal with the traffic and be where they needed to be, to battle for that top 5. So, like the track itself was a good leveler on the weekend. It just worked the field. And
you sound like you were just describing my riding. Couldn't get a start, but on rails. Couldn't get a start on rails.
And loving those ruts and the rough stuff. Yes.
I was going to say, going back to like taking the walk with the seniors, I'd go take my 2 senior riders out for a walk.
With their walking frames.
Yeah.
There we go. Come on, Millsy. Come on, Butler, let's go.
Oh, wow.
I would have to fucking pack a tent and a packed lunch to get around the track in one day.
I got Kevin, you might be able to clear this thing up that I seen on the weekend. Now that was young Alex's K crash. So
yes,
I don't know if anybody else, or Millsy, you weren't there. I don't know if you've seen it. Jackie D he's just hit the tabletop. A rider was down. He's cartwheeled. He's knocked himself out. Spoke to Alex the next day. He was fine. At the moment of the crash, it was a bit hectic. Now, was that flaggy not have his flag out in time, or it was just an incident straight at the time? Like, I do know that there was a lot of people yelling out.
He had it up, and then he pulled it in, and then he held the medic flag up, and then forgot to put the yellow flag out and waving it for the caution. So that's how I saw it. And there was a couple of things on the weekend that probably, and like anything, we can always improve. Like I'm as a commentator, I try and improve in it week in and week out. But I get a little bit caught up in it all when it's kind of that critical moment. Like this is the time and the place to be on point and know exactly why we're doing it. And that scared me a little bit, because it was just your rider awareness. Riders approach jumps differently. If you come around the corner and you're battling with someone and the brain's not switched onto a yellow flag or even a medical flag that you're looking at, and it's not to blame particularly the flag person. The riders have to be capable and understand what they need to be. They're involved in this part of the process, and like anyone kind of thing. So their awareness has still got to factor into it. But it was just maybe the individual that might have just been a little bit distracted and got lost up in the excitement. I remember years ago when I flagged a natural terrain, John O'Porter we down at Corbett's Landing, and I was flagging a point, and a couple of guys came together. It was all natural terrain, so it was no marking of tracks or anything like that. And they crashed right in front of me, and my instinct was to basically run towards him to get the yellow flag out in front of him. But there was bikes coming, and my awareness was, hang on a second, this is me in a bad situation. So I had to really have a reality check really quick. But that's what happens. You kind of like, you look at the scenario, you kind of react. And that's how some people probably don't see the necessary of that yellow flag to the other riders that are coming, because that could have escalated a heck of a lot heavier. So, but we've seen it from Kilcoy. I know between, and I don't want to get too kind of analytical about it, but obviously the yellow flag in the Sunny State series is a little bit different to our CQ series kind of thing. So that always causes a little bit of kind of problem, but the understanding of a yellow flag being waved, the intensity needs to be decided quickly, as in that needs to be a wave yellow flag. You need to stop the riders. You need to basically get them, like the officials handing out plenty of fines, because senior riders and junior riders just aren't acknowledging it. And I explain it is, if you were on the track there, would you like everyone tearing past your head at 50 k's an hour and throwing rocks, and when other people are trying to get on the track and actually render assistance? So that's my 2 cents, I guess.
But that's where MQ should, all officials should be on the same level, where the flags mean the same thing, like across the board. Obviously, because like you said, you go to CQs, it's different to a Sunny State, right?
Yes, it is. The yellow flag is different between the two, so you can't
it should be the same just across all racing in Queensland. Bang, done. This is what a yellow flag is. A wave yellow means this. No ifs, buts, maybes. That's what it is. And
I think you have to consider that some of these riders, especially our quick juniors, and things, they compete at the national level, where a yellow flag is completely different again. Like AMA Supercross, yellow flag is basically, hey, watch, observe, be prepared kind of thing, So medic flag, Red Cross flag changes the scenario as well. So, if even the moment that he stops waving the flag, a yellow flag and a medic flag is up there, that's the next level. You know what I mean? We've risen it from a yellow flag to a medical flag. So that means you are doing nothing. You are on your pegs. You are rolling the jump. So that's what's not happening. Our riders have this engagement where they're just a little bit too caught up in the moment. And that's going to be probably junior riders. Senior riders, I think there was a little bit of kind of fines and things like that on a couple of Kilcoy track and a couple of Mundubra track.
Yeah, I was going to
but
say,
most
Kilcoy,
part of
they pulled a whole class up.
At the Clubman lights. Again, Clubman, these riders that haven't done it
fucking
constantly and know in and out. So,
A lot of people that don't look forward enough either coming out of corners towards jumps. Probably, need to look forward more and pay more attention.
Yeah, I guess
absolutely.
Alex was already over the jump when old mate crashed. Even with the yellow flag, we didn't have a standard chance of getting it out for him, did he? It was just one of those ones where he was in the air, he's landed, and then the yellow flag.
I think it was all or he might have been just on the up ramp, so there's no saving it. Like it is, it's faith sort of thing. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It was once a monster committed, crash. It's too late.
Yeah. Well, the worst thing he could have done,
try shut it off and
shut off and brake on the up ramp. He's going to end up worse there again too. So it's sort of a catch-22, right? So
Also, boys, over the course of the 2 weeks, obviously the Cyclone Alfred hit. They changed the date. They moved it out a week. Clashes with the New South Wales title. I don't know if you just jumped on social media and seen the comments. Obviously, there were people hating on it. Not a lot. I mean, there were not a lot of people hating on it. Do you think it hurt the series? Do you think... I don't know if it hurt our series. I don't know how it hurt New South Wales. That's probably more to the thing. I don't know. Looking at the numbers they had still had some good riders there. I've seen the results from the New South Wales title. So I don't know whether the change of date actually hurt the series. I don't know. I know, Millsy, you weren't there because you booked in a dirty weekend away with the wife. And she probably had a sore throat than Kevy after commentating all weekend.
Yeah, well,
I
did consider. I definitely did consider cancelling the dirty weekend, but the first one in 6 or 7 years, I thought, no, don't be stupid. Because normally we spend our anniversary racing every year. And this year it was nice to see the calendar come out, have something planned, and then it turned to shit because of a tropical low storm that Brisbane got, which sort of pissed me off a bit. But, it's never going to suit everyone. So I'd say by the looks of the numbers that were there was still a fair majority of people that went. There's probably a handful that didn't, and I get that some of the remarks of the people on social media talking about not enough notice, especially a lot of people if they've got, hectic work life and all that sort of stuff. It's a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Like we said the other week when people were, a bit upset about fitters, everyone wants to ride their dirt bike. I don't think it's going to affect the series too much. It's pissed me off more that you've gained points on me above everything. That's the only thing that really pissed me off is you gaining points. So, Vossi, if you're listening to this, mate, I've got $1,000 cash, and I want you to take 184 Chris Butler out at the next race, mate.
He was already looking for me, mate. He's already taken me, so he didn't even have to pay. So,
look, the numbers didn't look that bad from where I was sitting on the sidelines this time, watching on Speed Hive and all that. Didn't look like we had lost too many people. I did have a few tears, yes. And with the whole New South Wales thing, yes, that sucks as well because we've got a fair few of those guys travelling up. And obviously we lost some of our Queensland guys. I noticed Fitzpatrick and that were down there.
Yeah.
So,
Fitzy, he went well too.
It's hard enough to get clubs in the same region to talk to each other, let alone different states, controlling bodies and all that sort of stuff. And it's not like they just decided to change it for no good reason. There was a half-decent reason. So,
should you be allowed to only run one state title? Or do you think it's like, I just like the idea of that you have a bit like the Supercross, right? You've got East and West and they have this showdown. So I would think that the Australian title, the junior Australian national titles, whatever they call it, is the showdown, right? You have your best riders from the states. They all come together and you've got this showdown. If you've got the same kid winning all state titles, it sort of takes that away from the nationals. That's like, it's probably a little bit different in the seniors, but for juniors, it would be cool just to go, right, he's the best in New South Wales, he's the best in Queensland, let's put them together and see what we get. Like, that's just my view. I just feel like you should only be able to do one, the state that you race in. But whether there's enough riders to do that might be another thing too.
Yeah.
So.
I think that comes back to a lot of percentages there, because obviously if we looked at our sport in a holistic view of it all, there's 5% that might go on to be like our professional races and all the rest of it. So they are just looking to ride, get track time, get race under their belts and all the rest of it. And easiest way, winners win kind of thing. So it doesn't matter who they're against. If they are the best, they're going to win no matter what state they are. But obviously I look at like our sport, motocross, supercross, doesn't matter, but as in the commitment is far greater than the rider. The commitment from parents, traveling and funds, sponsors, and good people, coaches, the bike time they put and commitment they put through the week. That's what basically makes that rider elite. And obviously looking to do it without sustaining injuries or having blows, like Luke Zielinski on the weekend. Like, he had some really good momentum. He looked very comfortable on the bike on the weekend at Kilcoy as well, but as fighting for it in Mundubba. So those kind of things, like the lay of the land view is basically, that's what makes our Queensland titles, well, this particular round, the way we've structured in the sunny states, a little, I suppose, in some way better. I feel it's better. I used to be in the belief that Queensland Series should have been transferred over like 3 different tracks. And, the argument this year is obviously that we if we want to have turn that a different way, what about our North Queensland guys? Like year after year, we get to the end of the series and they have the wet season. They can't even get here. You know what I mean? So it's just how nature plays the game. So, having commitment to 6 rounds, 6 very individual rounds. I'll ask the question now. Who's been to Warwick? Hands up.
Woohoo! Born there.
Before they changed it, yes.
Let's change the story. Have you raced there?
Yes.
I did.
And loved it.
All right.
The old track, though, not the new one.
Yeah, the old one.
Okay.
That's the thing, though. Like, it's a whole new track, and not many people have been there to race it. So,
soil's the same, though, you'd think.
Gundy's the same.
Yep. So Gundawindi is the same thing. You race there. It's like, and then obviously we finished that up with a hard pack, and then back to sand for Rocky. Like, that's gonna just like strengths and weaknesses. Like I didn't find Kilcoy, did it have a strength and a weakness for some of the riders? Possibly. Obviously, we had some great racing. Alex Anderson there for that one. Like he was on fire. Like Crawford was trying every trick in the book to make that happen. I think it was Maloney got cleaned up down there, the 777 machine. He got tumbled like a washing machine. He was in and out and up and down. And
dude, he got absolute pile-axed. Yeah. Yes.
So, and I think there was another rider in the other race too that basically was in the mix with it. And those riders are just they're being aware. But obviously we got blue flags and all the rest of it. But like that, the pace they were going on that track was absolutely next level. It was incredible. And then to move that on, and I maybe have gone off skew here, but Crawford in Mundubbera, same thing. Obviously, they talked about it in their presentations that obviously they're training buddies with Todd, but those two riders were kind of matching it, and there was no. I think they were as much as they were pushing. I think they just had that little bit more in the tank kind of thing. So they were treating it just an etch above like a practice day kind of thing, because they were on fire, and obviously the rest of the field. Can we start on that one too? Did a live video while I was down there. Did anyone else catch that action with Bud and Drew? Like something was going on there. I don't know how that one plays out. If you get a chance to watch my video, I called it in the commentating. There was a stage where Drew was getting upset behind because Bud, I don't know, must have gave him a bit of a shove in a corner or something like that. And they were looking back, and the old finger was coming up, and everything was going on. And then, nice. And Zielinski was in front of him, so they were doing their thing. And then something happened, and Bud got around him, so he returned the favour. It was entertaining because they were pushing it on rails, and they were doing it on a track at the part of the day that was like, mate, just racing alone, let alone doing those antics, that just shows the level that they are, kind of thing. So, yeah.
Are we going to get that all season?
I'd like to explore that one somewhere. So, ring on, get on your mates and just go, hey, Buds, like, hey, mate, can you tell me what was going on with this one, please?
I've got an inside diet race line. So I'll get onto him and see what we can do. So, I'll get some info. I'll track that one down. He never said anything, so.
Did I see Waters done like was it a 137?
133?
Yeah, no. Crawford got the 133. Todd got him for a 134 or something like that, and then Crawford did on the last lap or the second last lap.
Yeah, that was in quali. That was because Jack held him up the lap before.
Yeah,
fuck off! That wasn't even my fault.
It was you.
No, he said Jack Cougars. He said Jack Cougars.
No way. Kevin, I was watching Nathan Crawford, and I was watching him like a hawk, and I'm like, he's going to go for this, and he was on a heater. Yep. And then who does he run into the back of? No one other than Jackie D. Dwyer. And I was just like, you wank. So you see Crawford, he was off you, mate. My fault. Yeah, it was.
It literally was not even my fault. Old mate literally in front of me, like coming up like you come up the fucking tabletop and then you come up that hill and it was like the second corner.
Yeah.
And it had like that. It was real tight inside, and literally, old mate stopped in front of me in the corner. I've hit the back of him. I've stopped, and then Crawford hit the back of me, and I was like,
pissed.
Dude, I heard him yell at me. I was like, "Cunt, this ain't even my fault."
Yeah, he probably runs around with no brake pads in his bikes too. So,
yeah.
Brakes only slow you down.
He was angry.
Both Waters and Crawford did a 133 in the first moto, 133.8 and 133.7.
Wow, that's quick.
100th of a second away from each other. That's crazy.
That was a
but that's how they were,
didn't he?
Yeah.
Waters was the quickest lap of the day. I think I read on the Sunny State thing.
No, 135s in the second one.
Because there was a couple of times in the
Waters
where he
was by
closing
100th
on
of
him.
a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
good.
That was and Waters hung with him, mate. That whole first moto.
Yeah.
Like he just sat behind him, 2 bike lengths behind him, just enough out of the roost, I reckon. Wasn't gaining anything on him, but just sat there.
You've done that plenty of times, buddy. Like you just straight up the ass of someone, just follow them all the way around to the checkered flag, but
just getting the toe.
Yeah, just to tease them on. Yeah. But the skill level to do that and make that happen is incredible. Like just to sit the pace and and obviously he pushed a couple of times, and I don't know if Crawford responded or it was just like he was just managing him. Like it was impressive, those two. So
well, I asked who was it? We had a good conversation with the race line team owner, and we had a bit of a chat with him about Todd. and he said to us, I said, is Todd going to hang the boots up? Like, is this his last year of racing? The response was, until someone can replace him, he's racing. So, which is
well, they got Duffy now, so see what happens there. So,
well, I think they were saying they were expecting Bud to step up too. But Bud now, although he was quite impressive on that 450 as well, he was no slouch on it, especially at Kilcoy, even on the weekend as well. But so I think you'll see Bud step up on that race line 450 next year.
Well, yeah, he was meant to do it last year, but then was it so he was meant to be on 450 for this season, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, that's what Franklin was saying. So he was saying that, I think they were going to expect him to step up to the 450, but he's still ripping on that 250. Ain't no one getting anywhere near him at the moment. So it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to the Nationals this weekend to see where he falls in place, where Todd falls in line. That 450 class is stacked, so it'll be interesting to see. But Todd's still hanging with Croft, so it's might as well keep moving with that.
He's a smart rider too, so that's what. Yeah, see how that one goes.
Totally. Any other racing, Kevin, at the Sunnies, mate, that you've seen that was just an absolute battle out there? I know the women's class is getting competitive at the moment with Bella Burke and the names of Darcy Wally and the
keep going, come on, you got it, Maddie
Simpson.
Come on,
Simpson.
You were there. What's the number?
60 something.
63.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, nice.
So this is
at least
this
they
is
don't
why
do all the work.
Yeah, this is why I don't commentate, right? This is why I don't commentate.
That last one. Chick on the we'll bring that back up. That's another show. That's after this one, isn't it?
It's only 8:30. Bring it back. Okay.
The whole field
kids are
there,
listening,
obviously. Sorry, mate.
I said the kids are listening.
Kids are listening. Yeah. We'll just give it another 10 minutes and they'll all go to bed. The girls, the women's was impressive, and from a good field of riders, and they come from a little bit of all disciplines there. So a couple of years back we had Ebony, was it Ebony Nelson? So we had some enduro riders in it. This year we seem to have predominantly a couple of juniors have stepped up, and I said that on the commentating as well, because obviously Bella Burke has just hit her strides. She's grown a little. So she, if you see Darcy, her little brother, he's short and he's a stocky. He's like an RC kind of built young kid. But Bella's kind of transformed just that little bit of height to herself. Darcy Whaley just rip a hole shot. I don't know how she manages that all the time, constantly. Something she must work on, or the KDM's just got that one dialed in. But Maddie Simpson took control of the races both times really early. Then she had obviously a small mistake. She fought her way back from basically I think it was about fifth or sixth, and then just chipped away. And I was kind of watching her just edge her way forward, and she was taking care of business, and she looked really good on the Yamaha, and then got to the point where obviously she tipped it over just before the finish line flag, and I think a front brake or disc band or something like it just locked up that front wheel. It just would not move. So she tried to obviously remount a couple of times, and then but Bella, her consistency on the weekend, I don't know if it's just about her executing lines and, corner speed and things like that. Whaley's fast. There's no two ways about that. She's maybe a little bit larger than what Bella Burke is, and she's been in that seniors race for the women's for 1 year, and she's got that under her belt. She's competed in the Queensland title last year, so she's developed really well. And the next part of that was Bella Burke stepping from a young junior rider into the senior ranks, but her transition has been unreal. I feel she approaches it really kind of methodically and just hits her marks constantly. And it's not, the razzle dazzle doesn't seem to matter. She's not about who she's up against. And obviously she had Maddie Simpson, another junior rider that has just lit it up, a bike change for her this year. But all in all, those three riders, but it wasn't just them. The next 5 riders back were having their own little battles like we expected. I probably expected a little bit more from Mancinelli. She was in there. She was dancing really well, having good. Stephanie Turnbull, I pitted beside her where I was camped, and she just looked like she was a lot more relaxed than what she was at Kilcoy, so that was good to see. Young Turnbull, I think, was one of the other riders. I think she got 4th for the weekend, but she was right there from good starts and just solid finishes. But the field, and take nothing away, the first top 3 riders were pretty much transitioning everything on the track that any other senior rider was doing, except obviously the step down kind of thing. But their bike level and their skill is like they earn to be watched. Like if you're, I could say that women's classes, sometimes you go, all right, it's the women's out there. Now it's like, oh, quick, come on, let's go and watch these women, because these women unlimited, they are doing it, like on it.
They're
proper.
Fast. They are super fast. They're good to watch. They are really good to watch. I was pitted beside the Burks. Out of all the racing I've done in CQ, they're obviously from Mackay. So out of all the racing I've done in CQ and Rocky, Mackay and all that, I've never actually met them. But what a great family. I got to pit beside Clint, and he couldn't be. He's just like, here, have this, and just he sat there with Jack and I in the RV. He must have had a conversation for an hour and a half about him, just all the racing we do and how often we're at the same track, same races, and just never really met each other. So,
but yeah,
lovely
how many
family.
tracks they've got at home?
Yeah, he was telling us about his tracks at home. Yeah, he's got a few. But he was saying Bella is like training now she wants a wild card into that MXGP.
Up in Darwin.
Yep.
So why not?
The way she's going,
absolutely. Yeah,
definitely.
Millsy, she was just super like focused on it. Like it wasn't just a want and a need. It was actually she earned her place there to be there. She was like the way she ran down Whaley a couple of times there. It was like she didn't get flustered. She didn't look for a cheap shot. She just made the move, like waited and then made the move, and it was clinical. And it was just like, in fact, it looked like Darcy was holding her up, because once she got around, it extended quickly.
And it was the same thing at Kilcoy too. I was watched them, and I'm a big fan of Darcy, so I was watching her ride, and I could see Bella coming, and then sat behind her. Just sat behind her for 2 or 3 laps. Just took the opportunity when it arose, passed her, and then she checked out. It was just Bella. Darcy's got her hands full at the moment with Simpson and Bella here in Queensland. Obviously, you throw in Taylor Thompson when she's there. She checked out at Kilcoy, right? She's probably the benchmark at the moment for there. And then, of course, once they get to nationals, you're gonna have to throw in Charlie Cannon and McCutcheon. But hey, that's good for the women's class. It's good to see it building up, and the talent they have there now is quick. Like their lap time's much faster than mine. Let's go with that. So.
Well, where's our average age sit there? Like obviously Bella 16, Maddie Simpson 16.
Bella's 15.
Bella's 15, yeah. She's still racing the junior lights too, isn't she?
Yep.
Yeah, junior lights.
Yeah. There you go. And then obviously McCutcheon and Cannon, are they 20?
20, I think.
Yeah,
maybe 21.
So, 20, so look how good we've got. If we can develop some more women's in that class, sensational. They've really, like the NRL, the women's NRL, like, whoa, you've earned it. Get out there and do it. Show us. So,
is that the NRL you're talking about? How's your Eels going, mate?
Yeah, they've look. How about those Broncos? No, Let's stay on point. Let's stay. You don't want angry Kevin.
Yeah, they couldn't win a raffle at the moment. Those Eels.
No, not at all.
The only other person I could see that got on the top step of the podium, the old slimy dog showing up out of nowhere, is that Trent Marr.
Hey, he had to dig into it. He had to dig and find it. So yeah.
He had Velinotti on him, I think. So that's cool to see another CQ rider down there sticking it to him.
I was surprised walking up to the on the fence line, and he went out in the wrong practice. Obviously, maybe it's an old CQ trick. Lined up. No, that's not the right 30 to 39 years of age. On the radio, it was just blaring. It was like, no, and they're just trying to talk about it and decide it. He's like, no, he's in the wrong class. Pull him up. We've got rider number 52 here. So,
he launched a step down, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was the first one to hit it.
Yep. So it was
good on him.
First one to hit it, and then he got pulled up.
Get off the track, mate.
But Bellinotti's got speed. I love watching him, kind of thing. He, if he can go full commitment, he's all the way home. Like he's got speed, he's got talent, and obviously it just tapers off. And either his mind wanders. Sorry, Jake, if you're listening, but he gets to the end of the moto and he just goes, yeah, I've done what I wanted to do, and he kind of frazzles. But give him Madubbery seemed to keep the intensity because obviously he had something to ride for there, so he just wanted to keep it all the way home. So across the whole board, you're you kind of retrospect to some of the clubman classes was good kind of thing in favour of some of the, I suppose, the established names kind of thing. But the depth in the senior classes right through, I was expecting a few more kind of standout moments from the MX1s kind of thing. But the MX2 was definitely entertaining. So it's some of these younger risers stepping up and throwing the hat. I think, what was his name? Rowe, the 25 he came up from New South Wales, his first time up here, the Stony States. I love hearing those stories. Yeah. Because getting back to Millsy's point earlier about guys coming from like New South Wales and Queensland going to there, why is it that most riders from New South Wales come and contest our Sunshine State Series?
Yeah,
it's not a hard one to answer, but it's like because of
the
our
talent
quality
that we've got,
the talent that we
quality,
have, the lap times, the experience. You know, like it's been going for how many years? You know what I mean? Like it's not. It's the pinnacle of our kind of state series kind of thing. So all in and all out. And this year, I think it's kind of it's had a little bit of transition from last year. And I think the tracks and the way it's doing, and I had conversations early in the piece about how there were suggestions to run it. They did want to run a few further north. So basically it made it a Queensland state championship properly, and obviously logistics and things like that. And I don't think a lot of people probably see it from the backside of it and go like, on the weekend we got called early from the ambulance kind of thing. There was Bansinelli happening. There was Zielinski happening. There was young Isaac Nelson happening, and they shut us down for that last round because they were stretched. But I've been to tracks previously where the day gets shut down because there's a road trauma, and that ambulance in that small community packs up and goes. So they make the call. It's not that we want to stop racing, and obviously we all say it every day of the week. It's about the safety of our riders and our officials and everything else that goes on. We have an incident on Saturday, I think it was, late in the afternoon with one of our officials there kind of thing. So those kind of things and those the questions around can the city, the location support the hospital. You talked about K, and obviously they didn't have anyone to do x-rays that night kind of thing. So they were obviously playing and planning that out. And those kind of things that impact that decision, like obviously Mundubra looked a bit dry to me. So you turn up there and it's like, it's a bit rude that we turn up and we're right on the river, thankfully and thoughtfully, but we splash this precious gold of water onto the track and we go riding dirt bikes. So we're so lucky. We're so fortunate to be able to do that. And obviously some of the tracks in other locations struggle with that. So they obviously that's a key decision making, because I've had Queensland titles out at Dysart and places like this where you go, hey, great, love the track, but the facilities and the rest of the other decision kind of making that's happening behind it just can't answer the questions or can't get to the place that they need to do to be successful and safe.
Yeah. Well, I don't think there's too many facilities, Kevy, as well. Like, I just don't know if there is too many that can take that capacity. Like there's, like, I think Rocky's a national track. There's plenty of room there. It's a brilliant track. And to finish the Sunny State. Make
it longer.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Don't go picking on Jeremy's track, mate. I picked on his track once, and he was in.
Have we all seen the Emerald photos? Are we not looking at that and going, I'm so there. I just want to be there. Big rock potatoes like that over the track, but hopefully they've cleared them all out. But that track and the layout right now looks fantastic. Get on socials and have a look at that one.
Yeah, right. They've tidied it up, have they?
They've had to redo the whole lot. So you don't even come around to the bottom side of the track to drive in. That's what they lost. So you come in from the top side before you even go around the corner. The track they've built it obviously around the canteen and some of the locations, but the track's completely new. Like the guys out there, hats off to them. The photos so far are just like, and they've laid it out. They've still got to build some jumps and they're stockpiling some dirt and all the rest of it. But looks like one of those American tracks where you just go, I'm beaming. That is hard. I want to get out there and ride that.
Yeah. I did see it. And I think the start straight used to go, like you hit the start straight, you hook a left and you sort of dart down the back. Now it goes
double
right.
apex.
Yeah. And it's basically where we were pitted. So I don't know how much land they've got there. I don't know where their pit area is.
They had heaps.
Oh,
that was the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just at the track.
So what they lost at the bottom, they basically were given to up to the top, and it was that's a CQ for me. Come on, let's get out there again.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't consider it. Obviously, the track's not ready. Maybe next year, Kevin,
infrastructure and club and officials and everything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I
in our
enjoyed it
first,
last time we were there, except for
good.
having to fix bikes.
Yeah, we had
Bikes, whose
before we
bike did you have to
started.
fix? Whose was it?
Chris
all
O's.
of them.
We had two bikes
Chris
into
O's.
one.
I borrowed Cam's. I had an issue. Then Baxter's broke down.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Yeah. You had electrical or something, wasn't it? You just couldn't.
I had an
find it?
electrical. Yeah. He blew his bike up, so we had like a Yamaha skeleton
Spare
everywhere.
donor.
Yeah, it was just wrecking yard in
I
our pit area.
I rode into
Stand
the
back,
gate
clear.
for first moto with the 5-second board up.
Yeah, it was
Get it
hectic.
there, go.
But yeah, that's
That's like a
definitely-
dad and a junior thing, isn't it? Like just run it straight up the line. It doesn't start, so pull it back over here, kick the absolute ass out of it. It starts, get him back on the line. Don't worry about it. It's going to run the whole moto. Just see you later.
go.
You're right, son. Go.
You better whole shot.
Hey,
Yeah. What happened?
well, they're so pumped up. Their heart rate's up. They're running late. They're going to get
Yeah.
the whole shot. They're pumped. They're there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that didn't happen to me that day though. So anyway, it took
So
a
do
little
we
bit
even talk about Alfred? Did we get that one sorted? Because like obviously there was a lot going on. There's the Southerners. They're just not and not like Rocky people can say anything different. We've only had one in my time too. But like all the Townsville people and things like that are going. Yeah, I'll hold my beer, mate. You know,
Yeah.
hold my beer.
I've had stronger wins on me fucking Friday afternoon. But
Yeah, it was.
I reckon I've talked to a few people down there. The damage and the like. Has anyone seen the video on Facebook of the 30th floor in Gold Coast in the bathtub?
No.
Find it. It is just sitting there swaying like the water's just going like this.
Oh, that's
30th floor.
disgusting.
It's like, why the fuck? Pardon the French. Why would you be in a cyclone on the 30th floor and going, yeah, I might just hang around. This would be a cool video. Yeah, gonna get me on socials. I'm gonna be the man.
He probably is the man, Kevin. If you've seen
Full
it, so is
retard.
900 other people. So
Yeah.
I seen one of them where they had it was just blowing water through their closed windows and starting to flood their room and stuff like that, and just like stuff that.
oh yeah.
that's like I was talking to a fella that works at Ergon Monday night, and obviously after all the damage and shit, like the crews get dispatched like where they can pull people from to go assess the situations and shit. He's like sitting there and he's like, a couple of transformers, like they'd recommission them, like they'd been recommissioned or whatever, and then like a day later they'd catch fire and shit. It was fucking hectic. And then they were staying, like some of them were staying, is it the Hiltons or something in Goldie or Brizzy or something?
It's a high rise.
Yeah, the fucking sign caught fire. And then,
is that what that fire was? Was that?
Yeah, there
were we
was. It was
blaming
in Brisbane, I think. The top of the building,
fucking
the sign caught fire.
Sign caught
Hey,
fire.
we're all about numbers and obviously how big our bikes are and all the rest of it. But really, if we're measuring, how does it, like Townsville has how many cyclones a year, and the damage bill's like, oh yeah, it's going to cost us $1.2 million, you know, and then obviously we get one in Brisbane and Gold Coast, and it's like, yeah, it's going to cost us $1.5 billion. I think we're telling Porkies just to cover something here.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
It's just me. That's my view. So,
Yeah.
Is that what they sound like to you, these people?
yeah, exactly
It
right.
is.
So it's like those New South Wales guys, mate. That's how they talk.
Well,
with
just-
the jockey and-
Yeah.
I just
Maybe we
thought
should
it
try
was
commentating
ridiculous.
next time like that. Yeah,
I thought it was
it's
ridiculous.
just like, how does
As soon as they mention Brisbane, it's like stop the nation.
Yeah.
Brisbane's getting
Exploded,
stormed. Stop
yeah.
the nation.
That's the thing. Like I was talking to people from North Queensland, first round for Kilcoy. They wanted to come to Kilcoy. Like they've made it the Queensland Championship, right? They wanted to be at Kilcoy because it's now a Queensland Championship. They were unable to make it because North Queensland was flooding.
roads cuts? Yeah,
Roads cut.
happened on Tuesday this week as well.
They
Yeah.
literally they couldn't make it. Didn't give a fuck. Run the event because it's only a sunny state round, and then then Brizzy's going to get a storm. So fucking hang on, hold up. We'll cut the whole fucking thing. And if they're going to do it for one area, they got to be like for everyone.
Consistent for everyone, yeah.
That's all I'm picking at. Like, if it's a natural, like, especially if they've brought Queensland's into the mix with it, like, it's got to be fair across the board that everyone can make the race meeting. if you ask
What
me.
if they're on a romantic weekend with their wife?
Oh, fuck them.
Yeah, you got to think about that too, Chris.
Fuck
Yeah,
them.
He got average points though, didn't he? Didn't he get average points? And
Yeah, I fell off. So
Millsy got average points. Just he didn't attend, so he just got average points.
Yeah, well, his missus gave him below average points. Yeah.
Piss poor performance.
She has forever.
Yeah, Millsy was riding something else last week.
Here's a 15-second board. I didn't even make it to the 5-second board.
Yeah, it happens.
Hey, did you guys see Rusty? He's going to hate me for mentioning this, but did you see Rusty?
I did
Collarbone?
talk to him, yeah.
Collarbone, straight up.
Yeah.
Practice, straight up, collarbone.
For someone that's put so much effort in to get ready, he's had the worst start to his racing career in sunny states, the poor bugger.
Yeah, he come back from his knockout straight up to a broken collarbone.
Yep.
Poor bugger. Hey, Kevin, was Lincoln doing the step down in Clubman Lights?
Yeah, he
Lincoln
did.
Webber?
There's a video of it.
Yeah, there's a
He
video.
did do it.
Yeah,
because I was on the line with his brother and Jackie D, and I was like, yeah, he just sent the step down. His brother's like, no, he didn't. I said, he did. I heard Kevin say, no, he didn't. Bullshit.
Yeah, he did.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, he's sitting there. Tyler's sitting there. He's like, I'm not fucking doing it. I literally turned to her and said, you ain't going to be the only one that's not fucking doing it. Fuck that.
That's what I said. He said, your brother's in Clubman and you're an expert, mate. He's sending it. He's like, I'm not fucking doing it.
Hey, Millsy and Jack, how coming on that start straight and coming up for that top corner, how narrow was it from a rider's point of view? Explain that one to me, because you watched Vossi, and I tell you, one time there, he just about took down that massive big gum tree that's right on that gate line. His back tire hit that. It just kicked him, and it was just like, he's not trying any more real estate. But I tell you what, it was like he's trying to line that square straight to the line. So it was, yeah.
Vossi's the Chuck Norris of motocross.
Yeah. The tree said sorry, Chuck. I mean,
sorry, Vossi. Yeah.
I got told, I was talking to Vossi, and he's like, all you got to do, line the tree up and just hold it on. And I was like, what fucking tree?
What tree?
I was like,
the one in the middle of the track.
Yeah,
but
he was basically thumping it like a berm. Like he was coming that far on that straight line. Yeah, he was hitting it, and that way he was just pointing himself straight through that. Like from where I was looking at and commentating, there didn't look like a lot of negotiation to keep a straight line, because on that right hand side you had that bank, and that was just cupping out like massive big hole, and that left hand side you just felt like it just kinked too hard.
You got to have it like that though, otherwise, because some clubby rider that's not experienced will come in and
I'll have a go
come in flat stick off that straight and fucking launch all the way down to the bottom.
I just don't think they overlap enough there. I just don't think it overlaps enough, because as Kevin's saying, it narrows up that you got two banks, and it creates a meter wide sort of line there. You know what I mean? Like if you overlap it a bit more,
track 6 meters, but through that one race line, it's meter.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was like. You'd come through and you'd get up on the bank as high. Like I was going on the first one on the left, I was getting up on that bank just to avoid that big hole, and I could see Todd and Reese doing that on the Sunday as well. They were hitting that bank on the left and then sort of bouncing across to the right, and then they could send it.
Yep.
But honestly, I was hitting that bank, just going to the left, avoiding the bumps, because I obviously wasn't jumping that jump. But it narrowed up. I feel like if they just overlapped them, it would make that step down a whole lot more difficult. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, either get rid of it and then people can triple down rather than just double down, because you could just hold it wide open, that whole straight. You'd be fifth gear tapped and send it. Someone would do it, surely.
Someone would die.
Land halfway on the side. You'd fucking land halfway up the other fucking hill.
Yeah. Did Bossy say it was 41 meters or something, that step down? It was huge.
Well, obviously, as per track regulations,
that's just a natural fall of the land, Kevin. Right, natural fall of the land.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything else we want to chat about from that Mudubra Supercross round before I just quickly jump past onto the a quick brief chat of the Nationals before we go?
No, I think everything was covered pretty well.
Yeah, I think we got it.
Yeah, I think the event happened relatively smooth with a couple of extras thrown in with a bit of shortening of races, and that's what they were looking towards that second round of the Juniors Day kind of thing. And obviously the championship round for the veterans had to go ahead, so they pushed that one into it kind of thing. And then the next day, the racing was it was free flowing. It was good all the way from start to finish. Kind of wanted to see what was on the line next. Taking it to another level was obviously the junior lights. Their talent obviously is on display because they're just learning those skill levels. I mean, they're talented riders. They've got youth and exuberance over it, but they had the opportunity to sit back and then watch. I mean, there was little bit of turnaround time for a couple of them, but not a lot between watching, say, the MX2 and the MX1, and they had the opportunity. But I found it good to watch the likes of Crawford and Todd coming around and having a look at the track in their downtime as well. So good to see that kind of that angle in rather than just sitting around. Obviously, Mandubra, there's not a lot to do. Went into town, had a good meal. Have to give a shout out to Pickering and Schrimmer to allowing me to join them for tea, even though they missed out on theirs. But she was a bit hectic at the Royal Oaks on Saturday night. But all in all, the wrap from me from Kilcoy to this round, it was explosive racing. It was, again, some riders establishing themselves in the championship and other riders just hanging on the cringe of it because they know it's another 4 rounds to go and the talent will stay healthy. Like, look at our riders that we did lose a couple on the weekend kind of thing, but that championship will be wide open. Now, am I right in taking on board that Crawford will be looking to continue some more rounds kind of thing? Because obviously it's a very plateau because we didn't have Robbie Marshall in the championship for the veterans. So like this kind of calculated championship, it's open. You know what I mean? Like Millsy being out, obviously he's allowed you to step up in the couple of stops in the championship, but
I've
Crawford,
moved
will
up,
he be there the whole round?
Well, if he wants that Queensland title, he will. Like, I think he will. He'd be winning it now by a long way. But maybe we'll see how it goes nationals, right? Let's get the nationals out of the way and we'll see how that goes for him. I think it's going to be the
6
key,
rounds.
right?
Best thing about it, healthy.
Yep.
For us,
I'm still a strong believer we need to drop 2 rounds for the Queensland title. Do all 6, but take your 4 best. Millsy would still be in the hunt, right?
Still in the hunt against you anyway. When Vossi takes you out.
Bit of smack talk. I love a bit of smack talk on a Thursday night.
You're dreaming, mate. Dreaming.
But
just quickly,
do you think it's fair though? Like, if you think it's someone rides 6 rounds and is consistent and top 5, top 10 every round, and they get a chance at the Queensland title, I think that's fair. I don't think we shouldn't be in a prestige spot where you can go, oh, I'm cool, I can just drop 2 rounds. You know what I mean? Like, the idea is to make our sport grow and contention wise for our sport to be in that embodiment that we get more riders to the last round, because obviously every round wants to have solid numbers, and obviously we get to rock it. We don't want to be going, all right, well, only the top 10 riders are really here, and then we've got some fill-in riders that are local. You know what I mean? We actually want to go, you need every point you can get. You cannot just go, I'll sit on my hands on this one. I've done 5 rounds. They're going to wipe me for 2. Oh, I might even have a good chance at the title here. No one's going to beat me. That's how I see it. That's my take
I'm with you. I think I'm with you on that, Kevy. I think that's a good point. Hey, just moving on, just quickly before we wrap her up. Who wins nationals? MX1.
Beaten.
You counting on him, righto?
Yep.
What about his teammate?
Oh,
Tanty,
true. Nah, Tanty's still got broken back, man. Or he's still in recovering.
Recovery feed, yep.
I'm going to say Webster backs it up.
Yeah, I'm going Webster.
Nah, I reckon Beaton's got that dog in him this year. He's back to, second place 2 years running. Just missing out on it.
Might as well make it a third.
He's got a point to prove this year, I reckon. So,
I'll go Webster. I'm locking him in.
Yeah.
250s. What's everyone's pick?
Bud. I'm going to back Bud. I think he's riding really well at the moment. Although I did see, what's his name, sign with the Kawasaki team. Empire.
Ryan Alexanderson.
Alexander.
After seeing that performance at Kilcoy, hey, he could be in for a real good shot.
I wouldn't rule him out, put it that way.
Yeah, you talk about mongrel. I think he's got enough of it. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's a mongrel.
Whether he just gets to adjust to the Kawasaki really quickly and all the rest of it, hopefully time will tell. So
then you got Fergo. Fergo's on the KTM Australia 250.
Yep. So he's transitioned obviously from the gas and the Honda and like those kind of things. He's
doing consistent.
I love watching him as a ride because right from the early days of him and his brother in the sunny states, the absolute, you talk about mongrel, it's not mongrel in him. He is absolutely just on devil on his shoulder. When he gets going, no one can put a bar to him. And obviously, had we have young Dennis last? No, who was the Kiwi that was giving him honest in the Nationals last year? Teammate Connolly. Yeah. So so those two obviously going to be opposite to each other now and going to be rivals. See what happens. So yeah.
Right. Plans for the weekend? What do you got for the weekend, Jack? You racing?
No racing. Hopefully go riding Saturday. But yeah.
What about you, Shit Lips?
I'm working, mate. I'm on shift this week.
About time you did fucking something.
Unlucky.
See you, Rocky.
We've got Saturday, Sunday up here for Rocky, and I think I might have to sit Rocky out. I haven't convinced myself otherwise yet, but definitely Yeppoon on Sunday. But I might just
racing.
Maybe try and do a double day. Yeah, go and have a ride, have a race. I get a lot of time on the microphone, but and then I get the real shits on when I don't race, and I turn up and ride again. Okay, so frustration. So I need
make sure you show Shit Lips Butler fucking how to ride,
he's got that flash new 25 model bike, and he 24, wasn't it?
24, my friend. Yeah, 24.
Yeah, see, it's like I need one of those electric start button ones and one of those fuel injected buttony ones, and
I'll drop me 22.
Won't make you go any faster, but I'll look good.
Your son's got one. The stake is.
He's put a bit of money into it. I know he's not here this weekend, so he's a bit shit on the liver for that. But yeah, Jackson's back on the bike, so he's he's right. Him and Kia went out to Bowes on the weekend, and he felt good. So yeah.
He's racing.
Trying to find. Jackson is on Sunday. Yeah. So at Yeppoon. So
doesn't want to go back to Rocky, eh?
No, actually, he was opposite. He said to the Kibosh he wanted to go first ride back at Rocky. That's actually what he wanted.
Yeah, right.
So and he said he asked me all the questions, which is normal. Like, Dad, do I throw away the gear? Am I superstitious? It's like, mate, no. Like,
just ride.
It's just one of those things, mate.
It's just an accident, man. It's racing motocross.
He was, whoever the fellow rider he was running with the KTM 250, they were like edging each other up to that next level in a practice order, and it just obviously got a little bit pear-shaped for him. So unlucky, that's how it is, but you kind of like you got to take the highs and the lows of it. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Kevy.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, mate. But hang on, you didn't answer the question, Mr. B. What happened?
When?
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You're racing this weekend?
Yes, I am.
He'll take a week off to recover.
Yeah, I'll be at Rocky and Yeppoon, mate. I'll be there in me
nice.
In me flash new bike and me flash underclass gear, mate. So
factory rig. Yep.
In me factory rig. My wife out flagging. It'd be good.
What's happening with the kid? Is he riding anymore, or or club days? What's he doing?
Yes,
your boy.
He is doing 65s now. So
woo.
He's keen. Got a new tyre put on today. He got his new sticker kit on, so he'll be keen as to get amongst it. So
fuck, about time you lashed out and brought your kid some tyres, mate.
Yeah, you had to buy them. Millsy's got all our tyres still, so I had to pay cash.
You were supposed to come to Gympie on the weekend and pick them up.
Yeah, I know.
Too far around.
Too far around, all right. But yes, no, mate, I will definitely be there Saturday and Sunday, getting some motos in, getting ready to spank Millsy at Warwick, I guess. So.
Watch out for the ticks in Warwick. I told you the story about that one.
The ticks?
Hey?
So, commentated a few years ago, and I was in the middle. They got this kind of elevated platform that's just a walkway kind of thing where you just kind of stand in the middle of wherever it is. And obviously, I don't know if it moved from year to year or something like that. But one of the ladies in the crew down there comes over and says, "Oh, can you just announce on the PA that just be careful of ticks?" And I went, "Yeah, sure, no dramas. Yep, no worries at all." Meanwhile, that night that I got in Friday night at 1:00 in the morning, and I think it was it was Akia and I just near the canteen, threw the mattresses out, went to bed, kind of thing. So, this lady goes, "Yeah, just announce on the PA, just watch for ticks." And I went, "Yeah, cool." Got on the microphone, "Hey guys, just want to give you an update. Racing's really good. Just please be mindful of ticks and around, check your kids and your pets, kind of thing." And rah. The guy sitting no shortage of like 5 foot away from me goes, "Did you say ticks?" And I went, yeah, mate. Apparently there's a few ticks around. He goes, oh. He looks at his leg, and on the back of his car, he's got this big fucking tick right on the back of his leg. It was like, wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it. It was just like, yeah. And guys, just be really careful about ticks, okay? Oh, so yeah, that was Warwick 1-on-1 kind of thing. So yeah, because that track turns. I don't know. The new track's going to be different, but that track was like, is this a sand track? And you turn up, and it's like, is this a sand track? Like years were gone by. Leyburn. Anyone's ridden Leyburn?
I did, yes.
No.
That's just a sandy.
Same thing as like, this is a sandy track. No, it's not. This is a hard pack. What are you talking about? And then next minute, it's just sand all over the place. Warwick was kind of like that. It just kept churning up and just getting looser and looser. So.
Yeah, boys. Let's call it. Let's wrap it.
Yeah, looks like Jakey D needs to go to bed. Come on, mate.
Electricians can't handle it, mate.
No spark.
It's because I work hard, mate.
All right, boys. I'll see you on the next one. Thank Kevin.
No worries. See you at Warwick. I'll see you on the weekend.